Hey everyone, Daywalker Entertainment, aka Kiki here, and I hope you guys had a great New Year, and New Year's Eve. And for my first video of the new year, 2019, I decided to do a review on the Spider-Man PS4 game by Insomniac, one of my all-time favorite games of 2018. And how could it not be? I don't know how Insomniac did it, but they managed to make a Spider-Man game that actually, even if I hate to say it, um, is better than Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 2. I'm sorry guys, but that's the way I see this game. 10 times better than the Spider-Man 2 movie game on PlayStation 2. Now I'm actually going to break this into 4 parts, because the first part is going to be me talking about the main game, and the other 3 I'm going to be talking about the DLC, the City That Never Sleeps DLC packs, which are the Heist, Turf Wars, and Silver Lining. Those 3 I'm going to do separately. So this is going to be a 4-part video. Or 4-part review, I mean. But the first part is going to be on the main game. And then the second part is going to be on the Heist. Don't know when I'll do those 3, but I'll just talk about the main game right now. But first, take a look at the case. Not really much on the front. I mean, just Spider-Man swinging on a web line with his new costume design. It says Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man here. Rated T13, has the Insomniac logo. Not really much going on the front. The back, again, a picture of Spidey shooting his webs, swinging. It says be greater, some screenshots from the game. And it says, when a new villain threatens New York City, Peter Parker and Spider-Man's worlds collide. To save the city and those he loves, he must rise up and be greater. That's what it says right here. Again, it's made by Insomniac. And they made a great job with this game. Opening up, there's the case. Again, it's just a spider logo, nothing too exciting, but oh well. And well, just moving this stuff. There's actually some artwork on the inside. You see we have a really cool artwork of Spider-Man here. But on the other side, it's just his spider logo. Nothing much here. But this artwork here looks awesome. And if you take the case out, then that looks fantastic. I'm just going to put the disc back in there. But yeah, it is a fantastic game. Almost perfect, I should say. I mean, it's fantastic, but it's not perfect. But anyway, another look at the case. See the front, not much. The back, more stuff happening. But anyway, I'm just going to. It's not a perfect game. I hate to say it. I mean, the game is still fantastic, but it's not perfect. But let's just talk about the good stuff first. First of all, the story, fantastic. I've never been immersed in a Spider-Man's game story before, where I actually felt like I was Spider-Man. I mean, I did review the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game, and that was, while it was okay, it was a disappointment. But this game doesn't have the flaws that the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game had. It's a fantastic game. You know, so yeah, the story is amazing. The gameplay, of course, is great too. Really, the web swinging is surprisingly, again, I hate to say, better than Spider-Man 2's PS2 movie game. Web swinging, the PS2 version. I mean, I know the PSP Spider-Man 2 game, the controls are copied from the Spider-Man 1 PS2 game, but you guys know what I mean. But still, the web swinging feels great. The combat actually is really interesting. It's really cool. And I actually, there are stealth segments with Spider-Man that I really enjoy. Just zipline from the top of borders or the top of what's the word? Scaffolding or something, and zipping up guys when when they don't notice. It's just very satisfying to web them up and put them in a web cocoon. But again, only these Spider-Man stealth segments are good. But let me just raise this up a bit. There we go. It's a really it's really fun. And again, the combat is awesome too. I mean, when you pull off combos and whatnot, either ground or air combos, it's really cool. And well, the amount of suits you can collect in the game, it's just crazy of how many suits you can get. Especially some of my favorites being the advanced suit, the last stand suit, the homecoming suit, or the Stark suit if you want to call it. And there are also DLC suits in the City That Never Sleeps pack. But again, I'll talk about those when I do the heist. Starting with those suits in the heist DLC, because well, the ones in the heist are just they're not really that great. Not bad, but I'll talk about them when I talk about the heist DLC. But yeah, the amount of suits you can get, even those that are strange and that I never heard of, still really good. And of course, there are suits like the SU suit and the Undie suit, which are actually not are just terrible. Just gonna talk about them. The Undie suit is you get it after you 100% complete all the city-wide activities there. You know, the crimes, the side missions, finding all the collectibles, and clearing the towers there. Now, I'm not gonna lie, but having to unscramble radio towers to see more of the city, that didn't really work. It just it didn't feel like Spider-Man just unscrambling radio towers to see the whole city on the map. It didn't work in this game. I understand what they were trying to do, but it didn't really help out. It didn't really work in a Spider-Man game. But yeah. But still, going back to the positives, the amount of superpowers you can get. I mean, some of them are amazing. Other superpowers are a bit meh, and there are those superpowers that are terrible. But of course, my two favorites actually, being the Web Blossom and the Quips. Those two I like a lot. And there's also the suit upgrades that you can add to the whatever suit you are wearing. And well, the suit powers that you get from any suit you have, you can put it on the like for example, if you have the advanced suit, you can put the Web Blossom on the advanced Web Blossom suit power for the advanced suit, because the Web Blossom comes with the classic suit that's repaired. Now, spoiler warning: if you haven't played the game, you have the classic suit, but it gets damaged in the beginning after you fight Fisk. Obviously, I did say spoiler warning, but for those who haven't played the game. But yeah, it gets damaged, and you get the new advanced suit, which looks fantastic, I might add. So yeah. But anyway, with the suit mods, that's what they're called, suit mods. You again, there are some suit mods that are great, some that are just not really interesting, but still. And the gadgets you can get, again, upgrading them. Now, some gadgets are fun to use, some are weird to use. Or, no, I shouldn't say weird, but don't feel as satisfying as, webbing enemies to a wall with the impact web or something like that. But, yeah. But that's pretty much all I can say about the positives. Now, if there are any positive things in the game that I missed, then tell me in the comments below, because or just tell me in the comments what positive things in the game that I missed. Oh, almost forgot. Actually, I just remembered. The photo mode is awesome, especially with the new the filters, the way you can post Spidey's eyes on most costumes, and the stickers, banners that you could have. And it's really cool. It's really awesome. I mean, I have posted some pictures from the game on my Twitter, but yeah, it's still really cool. The photo mode is amazing, and I'm just now I don't really use much photo mode, but on Spider-Man, it's awesome to put in the make pictures of your own, like your own comic book arts or Daily Bugle. Or you know what I mean. If you played, if you know what the photo mode is in Spider-Man, then you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, those are pretty much what I can say about the positives. Another, okay, I just remembered another one. Some of the villains are fantastic. It really is. But still, that's pretty much all I can think of now. Now for the negatives, there's very little actually. Now I already explained the Spider-Man suits that are not really, the SU suit and the undie suit. There were some suits that didn't really work in the Spider-Man game. I mean, two of them, the SU and the Empire State University suit and the undie suit, just terrible suits. Though the undie suit does come with a with a equalizer suit power that you could take down enemies in one hit, but you also take one hit. But aside from that, though, the suit it's just Peter wearing a Spider-Man mask in his undies, and it's just terrible. I understand it's supposed to be a joke, but the suit's just terrible. In SU suit, you get it by finding 50 hidden photos in the game. I mean, but again, it's just Peter Parker wearing the Empire State University shirt, black jeans and shoes, and a Spider-Man mask. It just, again, while a bit better than the undie suit, but it doesn't have a suit power at all. So yeah, some of the suits in the games are just not that good. Another negative, some of these suit powers and suit mods are not really useful, at least for me at least. And there are times where I'm crawling up a wall and I'm unable to jump off because I'm going to say so now. The one thing the Spider-Man 2 PS2 game had was that you can wall jump. You can actually wall jump off of walls. I wish Insomniac put that in the Spider-Man PS4 game. I wish Insomniac put the wall jump feature in the game. It's a shame they didn't, but what can you do? But the one flaw... excuse me. The one flaw that people can agree with me on are the Mary Jane and Miles Morales stealth missions. I'm not gonna lie, those missions they're just terrible. I understand they wanted to give a new perspective. It's not just Spider-Man, but some of Spidey's friends and whatnot. But those stealth missions were not really that good. I'm not gonna, and a lot of people can agree with me that the Miles Morales and Mary Jane stealth missions were just bad. So yeah, those are just they're just not fun at all. They're just boring. And getting caught is, of course, annoying, irritating, but still. And the one problem I could finally say, the one final flaw I have with the main game, it's not really a huge flaw, but it's Screwball. I'm gonna say this for now. Screwball sucks. She's kind of like Riddler from Batman. From Batman, just while not as bad as Riddler, but still, it's just she's a terrible character. And I just downright despise her. And a lot of people can agree with me that she's terrible, especially in DLCs. But I'll get to it when I get. I'll get to Screwball when I get to the DLC packs. But anyway, final thoughts. The main game in Spider-Man PS4. I mean, the story is fantastic. There were even times where I actually got a bit emotional. Where the story actually got a bit emotional. The gameplay is fun as hell. The web swinging is amazing. The uh, the side missions and the side missions that you can play are actually fun. Even though there are some mini games that are confusing or strange, but they're still satisfying to beat. And the villains are just fantastic. I mean, especially Mr. Negative and Doctor Octopus. Those two are actually really cool villains in this game. Obviously, going through torture what Norman Osborn, the new mayor of the city, is. And again, spoiler warning: Norman Osborn is the mayor of New York City. And because of Norman, Mr. Negative, also known as Martin Lee, became the way he is. Same thing with Doctor Octopus, aka Otto Octavius, became Doctor Octopus. I mean, I already did say a spoiler warning, so I'm sorry if you haven't, if you haven't played the game. But if you haven't played the game, then don't watch the video, please. I know I'm too late for saying it, but still, it's just really fun game. The positives are just beat the negatives. I mean, while again the negatives, some of the suit powers, mods, and gadgets can be, well, can be pretty useless at times, as well as the Miles Morales and Mary Jane stealth missions, and Screwball being downright irritating. The positives beat the negatives, and it's still a fantastic game. Spider-Man PS4 is a fantastic game, but that's pretty much all I can say about the main game. Now, if there are things I missed about the main game, then again, tell me in the comments below. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about the main game. Now, stay tuned for part 2, because I'll be talking about the Heist DLC. But yeah, stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.